baby, listen to me speaking. No matter what, just let it go.
Give me 1 second. Hold on. We're gonna redo it again. Oh yeah, I stopped the recording. It's recorded now. This is the persuadable. What's going on, boo boos? This is recorded number 2 because persuade stopped the. Anyways, hi. There's chat. I had a good joke with chat. We missed it. Let's move on. So, anyways, for those who are on YouTube watching this, hopefully a couple days later, this was a tournament that happened with Southeast Asia. It was qualifiers day to PTA versus Busy or BZY. And the reason why I want to show this gameplay footage is because it's the importance of not giving up. All right. So what happened was that this is now round 3. It is round 3, and right now both teams are tied. And so you see that BZY, they just scored PTA, they just scored 3 points. So pretty much Morning, right? Did I get that right? No. Yeah, I did. All right, so pretty much, long story short, the survivors need 2 people to get out in order to win, and they need 1 survivor to get out in order to tie the match. All right, so I'm not going to fast forward it right away. This is Southeast Asia, okay? You could see that Sculptor did a very good job right there. Seer did nothing wrong, tried to do that 3. A lot of the competitors, they'll try to do the 360, try to turn it, force you to use a statue and try to squeeze through. Didn't work. And we see that the Sculptor here got a really good read on the Seer. This is going to work pretty good for Morning because you see that it's really congested in this area. I got to get better at these videos. This is going to be a long journey. So you could see that this is a pretty congested area. So Seer kind of rotated into here, which means that now this decoding is going to get slowed down. Okay, and Morning actually does something really fucking cool, and I'll try to show you guys when that comes up. It's gonna come out in a little bit, but now you see somebody not decoding because of where they transitioned, and you see the next person not decoding trying to come in for the rescue. Now watch this elbow pad prediction. This is so fucking great. Watch this right here. Predicts it and swings. That registered. If Mercenary didn't use elbow pad, it would have just swung at nothing. Let's watch that. We're going to watch that one more time after this. Look at that elbow pad prediction. Amazing prediction from BZY's Morning. Here we go. I'm going to get that predicted hit. And meanwhile, at this entire time, they're slowing the decoding down, but it's not a big deal. If you look in that corner, they're still going to get that cipher down. But still, because of that transition, bought Sculptor a little bit of time to slow the game down, which is really important. We see Seer getting the owl down. All right, Mercenary still at 50% health, Seer at 25% health. Could be a very difficult spot. Some survivors would prefer trying to, kite in the wide open to buy a little bit more time and force a regular hit. Some survivors, what they'll do is they'll try to squeeze in through a pallet. Either way, good harassing from the Enchantress. Now Sculptor is going to take the Seer down, pick the Seer back up with so much confidence. Put them in the rocket chair, allows this Sculptor enough time. By the way, I'm going to screw some of the characters' names up because I'm a little rusty, but it's okay. We're going to see some harassing with this spike. Let's see if they can get any hit against Polars. Yup, that's Mercenary. Mercenary did get chipped. Mercenary's at 25% health. Really good and fortunate for the Sculptor. Sculptor sees no tinnitus. Nobody's coming. Not enough time for anyone to get the rescue. You got an Enchantress and a patient. So, Hook still needs to be relatively in a good distance. So he's going to confidently leave that area, start putting pressure on the rest of the map, as well as now you're talking about that Mercenary being at this 25% health. Now, this is a very interesting moment from PTA. Now, PTA, they're going to start rotating up towards the stairs. Probably predicts Sculptor is going to go up there to chase them, but doesn't. And I don't think that Sculptor really even knew, because there's no footprints. I don't see any red marks, so Sculptor probably doesn't know where the survivor is. Decides to run forward, and we see that the survivor jumps down, does the crouch jump, thinking that Sculptor's going upstairs, but there were no blood marks. I don't think Sculptor really knew where they were, so this really benefits the Sculptor here. All right. gets that swing and the hit, doesn't have to worry about reserving the blink because you have statues that can follow up for the additional hit. Some hunters don't have that ability, such as photographer, which is why it affects their tier list ranking. And now we're going to have patient who is going to be positioned on this rocket chair. Now mercenary, 25% health, really can't do too much. So the enchantress going to transition over here. All right, now remember, PTA, they're not really in that good of a position given the context of this. And really, Morden just has to be able to eliminate as many of them as possible to continue this tie. And now we see that Enchantress switches out with the patient, and Sculptor's going to try to get the patient down, doesn't do it, doesn't want to keep running after patient. It was a pretty good hook there too, and is going to put the Enchantress in, okay? Now, mind you, PTA, they really just need to get one person out to tie this match. These survivors need one person out just to get this into round 4. But this isn't looking good for the survivors. Survivors are not in a good position. Mercenaries essentially fucked, and so is the patient. So now Mercenary is going to use that tinnitus to buy as much time as they possibly can for patient to continue decoding, okay? We're also going to get a pause and a deduction because NetEase ping sucks ass after Chipotle night. So that's my official stance on that. Quote it. This is going on YouTube. Yeah, this is going on YouTube. All right, so we're going to go through all this. All right, so now PTA doing a great job. You know, they're lucky that the Sculptor didn't decide to tunnel that patient, because they could have tunneled the patient to stop the decoding, but didn't. And now Mercenary is doing a good job at harassing with 25% health. This is actually quite remarkable with what PTA is doing. Making sure a patient has enough time to do this decoding, with Mercenary still giving that tinnitus. This is not a favorable position for PTA at any point in time. They need one survivor out, okay? But because of this harassing, they're giving the patient enough time. Now, Mercenary does the right thing, decides to back off, but is also going to go down, okay? Now, in this match, at this point, this is the point of the map where I'm like, all right, PTA is fucked. Because now what's going to happen is BZY is going to get 4 points. If BZY gets 4 points, it's game over. I believe it should be a game over. Because right now, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right now, BZY has 9 points at this point. All right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's really 9 to 11 or 11 to 9. All right? So this is not... This right here, BZY, if I'm doing the points correctly, should be going to the next stage of Koa. But you see that PTA is not giving up. And now they're going to get the Mercenary that decides to pop back up. Okay? Now, Mercenary's job here is to try to survive for as long as possible. Okay? Now, the thing is that really, I'm not sure if Morden knows exactly how much that final cipher has been done. But I actually did not see this part of the map because I was kind of fast forwarding a little bit. Like, all right, congratulations, BZY. All right, because BZY, 4 points, or in this case, 5 points, 4-person elimination. PTA eliminated 3. All right, but Mercenary is still up. Does not decide to tunnel the Mercenary, decides to go back towards PTA. I love you. I love you too. Okay, that was dumb. Oh God, I need to grow up. So we'll see what patient is not going to get up and instead decides to pick him up. Picks him up. Now what's going on, Kyrie? You're on YouTube. So now puts him back down. It's going to go back towards the Mercenary area. All right. Doesn't really know where Mercenary is. Now I can see why Sculptor did that, because now patient's in close proximity. You try to take the Mercenary down. Mercenary is still transitioning. Okay. So Mornin needs to make a decision here as to where they're going, because again, PTA needs one person out to tie the game. Now, what BZY could have possibly considered doing is when PTA is down, you go after the Mercenary, down the Mercenary, because Mercenary was already downed once. Mercenary was already down once with that snipe. So if you down Mercenary again, there's nothing Mercenary can do. All right? They put patient on the rocket chair. Now, this actually gives PTA enough breathing room. because now it's up to Mercenary to get out. So if Mercenary can get out, this now goes into the fourth quarter. And you like that? It'd be the fourth game. It would be overtime. All right? Now, I know I repeat myself a lot. It's not because you guys are dumb. It's probably 50% of me mansplaining, which is an awful trait, and more so 50% of me trying to gather my own thoughts. Sometimes I explain things for me to understand it, organize it, so I can lead off of it. So again, BZY, all right, now allow that Mercenary to get out, allows this series to be extended. What's going on, DeGreat? Allows this to get extended. Beautiful job from PTA. I mean, they came back somehow and got one person out. And ultimately, it goes in to overtime. I don't think I'm messing these numbers up. Allows this to go into overtime, and PTA eventually wins. And they win this, and BZY gets eliminated. Moral of the story: don't give up. Do not give up. That is crazy. I don't think I did the numbers wrong. I don't think I did them wrong. That's crazy.